Good morning, Comets. I'm Emerson, and say hello to Kendall at our second desk.
Hi, Comets.
Today is Tuesday, September 29th, and it's the 28th day of school. Let's go to Kendall with the forecast.
It is cloudy today. The current temperature is 57 with a high of 65. Back to you, Emerson.
Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now it's time for birthdays. The Comet Corner Shop will visit Mr. Padilla's class tomorrow morning. Wednesday afternoon, Miss Luke's and Miss Grizzle's kindergarten classes can shop. Teachers, update your ticket totals. By the end of the day, students should have 64 reading steps. Keep reading at school and home every day.
Please pause for a moment of quiet reflection to think about your day, your activities, and what you hope to accomplish.
Stay tuned after the news for the Week 7 Mindset lesson from Ms. Hammond. Have a terrific Tuesday, Comets, and remember to be respectful, responsible, and have integrity.
And if you're wearing a mask, Comets fly, mask high.
This is Miss Hammond, and we are back for our second 7 Mindsets lesson. Normally they're going to be on Mondays, but because of the fall break, it's on Tuesday for this week. But really quickly, we are talking about live to give and how giving to others is something that not only helps them, but also helps ourselves. So last week we talked about learning how to stretch ourselves and how even just the tiniest stretch of kindness or doing something for others can make a huge difference in their lives and not only ours. And so I hope that you guys took that stretch yourself challenge and did something to make yourself just a little bit better this week. If that was giving a compliment, if that was helping a family member, something that just helped you bring kindness into your world. Today we are going to be talking about making a difference and how when we show kindness and we give to others, it not only makes us happy, it also makes them happy. And when I say give to others, I don't mean giving others money or giving others a big fancy car or really giving them anything besides a smile or an invitation to play with you. How little acts of kindness can make a huge difference and make them feel better and also make you feel like a really, really great person. So today, we are going to read a story called How Full Is Your Bucket? And I am sure almost all of you have heard this story, but I read it every year with my first graders, and I learn something new, and it really gets my brain thinking, so I'm hoping it'll get your brain thinking. So, how full is your bucket? Felix was putting one of the last blocks on his tower when his little sister came in. "I want to build with you," she said. Felix scowled. "Go away, you're too little." If you have a baby brother or sister, you may understand that. "I'm big." "Stay back, you'll knock it over." "I can be very careful." "Go play with your baby toys, Anna." I need to look in her head. She is picturing some mean thoughts about Felix, and look what she chooses to do. Thwack! She chooses to knock his entire creation over. "Grandpa!" Grandpa shook his head. "Felix, you just dipped from your sister's bucket. Like everyone else, Anna has an invisible bucket." Invisible means you can't see it. "When it's empty, she feels bad. But when it's full, she feels great. Didn't you ever notice your own bucket?" Invisible bucket. Sometimes Felix couldn't quite tell when his grandfather was joking. Look around the room. Do you see any buckets over your friends' heads? But the next morning, when Felix woke up, there it was, a small gray bucket floating above his head. Miss Hammond would be a little panicked if I woke up with a bucket over my head. When Felix came down to have breakfast, his mom was in a hurry. "I've got a meeting this morning. It's almost time to go. Anna, sit still." Look at Felix. He's trying to be a problem solver and get that cereal out, but I bet you guys might be able to make a prediction about what's going to happen. Felix slipped and Choco Wheat scattered across the floor. "Felix," yelled his mom, "you should have used the stool to reach that." Felix could feel his bucket tip and big invisible drops spill out. Drip, drip. "Ha ha!" Anna laughed as she crunched the cereal with her shoe. Drip. "Get the broom and clean that up before you miss the bus," scolded Mom. With the school bus honking, Felix quickly swept up the Choco Wheats and grabbed the last blueberry muffin. But before he could even take one bite, Buster, looks like his dog, jumped up and grabbed the muffin from his hand. Drip. "Hey, look at Felix's new backpack. My baby brother has one just like it." Drip. Psst, Felix. Psst. Drip. "Watch out, Shrimp." Drip. Look at his bucket. What do you notice about his bucket from the beginning of the story to now? It was still morning, and Felix's bucket was almost empty. And I know it's hard to see, but I want you to look at Felix's face. How do you think he is feeling right now? To me, it looks like he's feeling a little angry or upset. As he watched his classmates walk into the room, he secretly hoped they would trip and fall. That's what it feels like when you have an empty bucket. Felix slumped into his seat and waited for something else to happen. Miss Bumblenickel walked slowly up to his desk and handed him a paper. He could hardly bear to look. "Felix, you wrote a wonderful story. Would you please share it with the class?" Felix grinned and felt a big drop land right in his bucket. Drop! "The Gigantosaurus who wanted a pet, by me, Felix." The class grew quiet. They laughed at all the right places and oohed at the scary parts. When Felix finally read the end, everyone clapped, even Emily, who sat next to him and didn't even like dinosaurs. Felix felt a whole showers of drops land in his bucket. maybe the day wouldn't be so bad after all. Look at what's happening to his bucket. Drop, 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 drop. Team captains today are Veronica and Felix. Drop. Nice cow. It's a dog. Well, nice colors there, Felix. Drop. Cool laser ant backpack, Felix. Drop. By afternoon, Felix's bucket was nearly full. What seems to keep filling up his bucket? What causes a drop? If you said acts of kindness or things that are going right for Felix or filling his bucket, you are absolutely right. At recess, when he looked around, Felix suddenly realized that his grandpa was right. Everyone else had a bucket too. Let me help you. Look at what Felix is doing. He is helping a teacher pick up these papers, and look at both of their buckets. Drop in the teacher's bucket and drop in Felix's bucket. Here's your baseball. Catch. Thanks, dude. He picked up a baseball for somebody, and what happened? A drop in the baseball player's bucket, and what happened to his? A drop in his bucket. Hi, I'm Felix. First day? Yes, I'm Amir. He introduced himself to a new student who didn't have anybody to play with. Look what happened. Drop, drop. The strange thing was that for every drop he helped put in someone else's bucket, he felt another drop in his. So when he showed kindness to others, they got a drop, and he also got a drop. When Felix burst in the door after school, he shouted, "You were right, Grandpa. I do have a bucket, and I understand how it works." Then he saw Anna's torn doll. "Bad dog," he almost scolded. But then he thought, dogs might have invisible buckets too. "Your dog will be okay, Anna," said Felix. "Mom will fix her." Wah! Look at Anna's bucket. What do you notice about it? It looks almost empty. I think Felix may do something to change that. Until then, do you want to help me build the tallest building in the world with my blocks? And so they did. Look what happened when Felix chose to show kindness to his sister who had the broken doll. Look at what happened to her bucket. Felix got another drop, and he almost filled Anna's bucket all the way up. The reason I love this story is because, boys and girls, I want you to know that when you choose to show kindness, if it's a smile, if it's inviting somebody to play, if it's someone who spilled their pencil box, leaning down and helping them clean it up, that makes a difference in them and makes their day better, but it also makes you feel better. So I have a pledge, not the Pledge of Allegiance, but a pledge, a promise I want you guys to make in your classrooms today. So what I want you to do is I'm going to say a line of the pledge, and I want you to repeat it to Miss Hammond. I pledge myself on this day to try to be kind in every way to every person, big and small. I will help them if they fall. When I love myself and others too, that is the best that I can do. And if you said those words, I hope you're making that promise to yourself that this week you are going to be a bucket filler. That means that you're going to pretend there are imaginary buckets on everybody's heads in your room, not just your best friends or your neighbors, even the friend that maybe you've never talked to. I want you to make it a point to put a drop in their bucket. If that means inviting them to play, if that means just smiling and saying hello to them, let's all as a school try to make a difference. Miss Hammond's going to make a change, and I'm going to make sure that I say hello to every teacher that I pass in the school. So that's part of my pledge, and I challenge you to think of what you're going to do to be a bucket filler this week. I can't wait to see you guys next week, and I hope that you are making a difference and showing kindness all throughout the school. Thank you. Bye-bye.